How can you ensure that your next purchase doesn't leave you stranded on the side of the road? Or it doesn't turn your dream ride into a nightmare of repair bills? Well, we have got you covered. Join us today to learn all about 10 used cars to avoid for bad transmission, as per Consumer Reports. Number 10. Ford Fiesta, 2011-2016.
To 2015 models equipped with DPS6 automatic transmission is prone to malfunction and to experience premature failure, causing loss of transmission engagement while driving and intermittent lack of power.
Well, Consumer Reports reviews the same. It has highlighted the Ford Fiesta from model years 2011 to 2016 as one of the worst contenders when it comes to transmission issues. This model came equipped with Ford's PowerShift dual-clutch transmission, promising the efficiency of a manual with the ease of an automatic. However, it hasn't lived up to expectations. Owners have faced many problems. This includes shuddering, slipping, bucking, jerking, and hesitations during gear changes. These issues affect performance and safety, with concerns over sudden or delayed acceleration. Despite Ford's attempts to remedy the situation through software updates and extended warranties, many drivers continue to report persistent problems. Shockingly, service centers have suggested that around half of these transmissions can't be fully repaired. The severity of the issues has even led to thousands of lawsuits against Ford across the US, alleging that the company knowingly sold vehicles with faulty transmissions. It's no surprise that Consumer Reports has given the Fiesta low reliability ratings, making it a car that cautious buyers should avoid. Number 9. Chevrolet Traverse, 2012-2013. According to Consumer Reports' deep dive into used car reliability, the 2012 and 2013 Chevrolet Traverse really missed the mark, especially when it comes to transmission woes. This big crossover SUV, meant to be a family favorite, unfortunately, had a laundry list of transmission issues during those years. Drivers reported all sorts of problems like rough shifting, delays when switching gears, and even cases where the transmission just gave out prematurely. Let's check out one review.
You can get better gas mileage. This one, I cannot. It's getting barely the EPA standards in my town, and you can see right now I'm doing my drive home from work, and I'm doing 45. I went up one big hill, and that was about it. I'm coasting now, and it barely gets 16 miles per gallon. So I would say on the economic side, based on the cost of maintenance and fuel economy, it's...
Consumer Reports' verdict? They have consistently slapped these model years of the Traverse with below-average reliability ratings, especially when it comes to how the transmission holds up over time. So, if you are in the market for a used car and eyeing a 2012 or 2013 Traverse, their advice is crystal clear: avoid it. The transmission issues make these models a risky bet if you're after a smooth, trouble-free ride. Number 8. Nissan Altima, 2016. So here's the scoop on the 2016 Nissan Altima. It came with a continuously variable transmission, CVT, that turned out to be a real headache for many owners. People reported all sorts of transmission issues, like hesitating when shifting gears, shuddering and jerking, and sometimes the transmission is just very, very loud. Well, this is not our pre-assumption. Check out the owner's remarks.
If there's snow all over it, you brush the snow off and start it up, it does groan, like that transmission really groans when you first start taking off and the car needs to warm up.
Due to these ongoing problems, some unlucky folks even had to shell out big bucks. For example, they spent around $4,500 to $5,000 to replace the entire transmission. Well, this is quite a big amount. Consumer Reports didn't pull any punches with their data either. They found that nearly half of all complaints about the 2016 Altima were related to transmission failures. That's a pretty high rate of dissatisfaction to say the least. So, if you are hunting for a used car and the 2016 Altima catches your eye, avoid it. Those transmission issues make it a risky buy, potentially costing you big in repairs down the road. Number 7. Nissan Rogue 2011.
How to test a Nissan for a bad CVT transmission. Turn vehicle on, turn the accessories off, vehicle is idling, e-brake is on. Depress and hold the brake pedal with left foot. Now, change gear to drive. Now you depress the accelerator pedal all the way down to the floor. It should stay revved up at 2,500. Now, after a while, you keep holding the accelerator pedal with the brake pedal, and it does this. That's how you tell if you have a bad CVT transmission on a Nissan.
Nissan Rogue has been flagged as one of the worst used SUVs to avoid, and here's why. According to Consumer Reports and plenty of user reviews, this little crossover has had a tough time with its continuously variable transmission, CVT. Apparently, these transmissions start kicking the bucket around 85,000 miles, and replacing one can set you back a hefty $3,000. But wait, there's more. Owners have also sounded off about other reliability nightmares, like air conditioning quitting around 80,000 miles, paint peeling off way too soon, and even issues with the electric power steering that could potentially lead to accidents or, worse, fires. Consumer Reports isn't pulling any punches here. Instead, they have given the 2011 Rogue low owner satisfaction scores, largely because of these headaches. People who have owned it complain about sluggish acceleration, sketchy brakes, and even suspension problems. Plus, its compact size means you are not getting as much storage or cargo space as other SUVs in its class. Number 6. Infiniti QX60, 2014. The 2014 Infiniti QX60 has gained quite a notorious reputation, especially regarding its transmission. According to Consumer Reports and plenty of frustrated owners, this SUV is one you should never get in the used car market. The trouble lies primarily with its continuously variable transmission, CVT.
Transmission, he used the F word. There's some effery going on here. And he was like, what? And finally we kind of put it together. Maybe during an accident, the transmission was damaged or something, I don't know. But let's take a look, let me show you. So this 2 bolts doesn't match that bolt. Oh, that bolt's not even there. And then there's some bolts that kind of match, and as we go around there you can see it's leaking. And there's some more bolts that match. And as we go up there, there's some more that...
Owners have reported a laundry list of issues, from shuddering and shaking to gears getting stuck, loud grinding noises, and even that dreaded burning smell. In some cases, complete transmission failures have gone from bad to worse, leaving folks with a hefty repair bill of up to $3,000 just to get back on the road. And it's not just the transmission causing grief. The 2014 QX60 has been flagged for other reliability issues, like bad air conditioning compressors, paint that peels off way too easily, and glitches in its electric power steering. No wonder satisfaction scores among owners are pretty low. This Infiniti doesn't seem to have the same staying power compared to its competitors. While some SUVs can push well past 150,000 miles, reports suggest the QX60 might not make it as far. Number 5. Nissan Murano, 2011-2013. Another car you should skip over is the 2011-2013 Nissan Murano, especially if smooth transmission is your thing. During these years, this SUV has had its fair share of transmission troubles, especially with its continuously variable transmission, CVT. Owners have reported all sorts of problems, like unexpected lurches at low speeds, gears that just don't engage properly, especially first gear from a stop, and peeling off of paints. Here's a proof.
Piece I want to show you that literally that's bare metal, just popped off there. But the paint is complete crap.
Some unlucky owners have faced total transmission meltdowns, often hitting them hard at around 160,000 miles. And if you consider replacing the transmission, brace yourself for a repair bill that can soar up to $7,000. Number 4. Kia Forte 2019. Another car to avoid is the Kia Forte 2019. It has been getting a lot of flack lately, especially when it comes to its transmission. Consumer Reports hasn't been shy about giving the Forte a thumbs down. They have rated its reliability and owner satisfaction dead last, that is, 1 out of 5. They have called the transmission sluggish, which doesn't exactly scream peak performance. According to The Scoop, the Forte has been having some serious transmission issues. The point here is that we are talking about failures happening super early, around 11,300 miles. That is way sooner than you would expect. This surely hints at some bigger design or manufacturing problems. Consumer Reports puts it just above the Mitsubishi Mirage, which isn't exactly high praise. Interestingly, it shares parts with the Hyundai Elantra, a car that has gotten much better reviews. So if you're browsing the used car market, maybe give the 2019 Kia Forte a pass. Number 3. Ford Focus, 2012-2017. Another car on the hit list of worst transmissions is the Ford Focus, which was produced from 2012 to 2017. It has gotten a pretty rough rap, especially regarding its transmission. Owners haven't held back on their criticism. They have called the transmission in these models everything from the worst on the road to straight up junk. That's not exactly high praise. Consumer Reports has highlighted this transmission anguish in their reviews. For instance, they have noted major issues with shifting, describing it as rough and persistent throughout the car's lifespan. It is not just one bad year. It seems like these problems have haunted multiple model years, including the 2017 version. Even then, issues like clutch replacements haven't been addressed through recalls, which has only added to owners' frustrations. Number 2. Nissan Pathfinder. Here is yet another car you should avoid. Many drivers have sounded off about serious issues with the continuously variable transmission, CVT, in these models. We're talking about things like slipping chains that cause the car to shake or shudder when you hit the gas. The problem got so bad that there's been a class action lawsuit against Nissan over it. The lawsuit claims that Nissan knew about these transmission headaches before they even hit the market and didn't keep folks in the loop about how serious it could get. Some owners have had their transmissions replaced multiple times with no real fix. Sure, Nissan tried to address the issue with some technical service bulletins, but from what owners say, it hasn't done much to solve the root problem. Number 1. Nissan Sentra, 2012-2015. They've gained quite a bad reputation, especially because of their transmission troubles.
2. The CVT transmission. A lot of times there's some problems with these. You'll be going down the road and the vehicle will just stall on you, or when you go to drive or reverse, the vehicle won't even move. You'll hear a noise coming from the transmission itself. There's not much you can do. You can have it rebuilt, or you can go get it replaced.
A lot of owners have run into serious issues with these Sentra's transmissions. We are talking about failures happening way too early in the game, sometimes at surprisingly low mileage. When your transmission goes through, it's not just an inconvenience. Instead, it's a safety hazard that can seriously mess with your ability to control the car on the road. Consumer Reports hasn't been shy about flagging these issues either. They have noted jerky and unreliable shifting in their reviews of the 2013 and 2014 models, highlighting transmission problems as a major headache for owners. So guys, that was all for today. For more updates and similar content, hit the like button and press the bell icon so you always get intriguing content from us.